This is a video about creating contentment through developing our own identity. In fact, the secret to inner peace is building a strong identity. So, have you ever noticed how much energy we spend trying to keep things the same? We cling to relationships, routines, even habits, hoping that if we can just control the outside world, we'll feel secure on the inside. But here's the truth, life doesn't work that way. Everything changes. That's the Buddhist idea of impermanence. Nothing stays the same. And when life shifts, as it inevitably does, we're confronted not just with the external changes, but with our internal emotions of hurt, anxiety, sadness, or even anger. Now, if our inner world feels unstable, the temptation is to avoid those feelings. Some people try to control their circumstances or manipulate others to keep the outside world steady. Others turn inward, numbing themselves with overwork, alcohol, even drugs, or endless distractions. The problem is those often addictive fixes are only temporary. They might soften the symptoms, but they never resolve the root cause. So what's the alternative? The healthier, more sustainable way is to strengthen our inner world. And the way we do that is through developing our identity, a strong sense of self that anchors us, no matter what life throws our way. This is where I work with clients as an identity coach. Together we build that stronger self through 3 levels of identity work. The first level is all about conscious self-identification. This means getting clear on your needs, your values, your beliefs, and your positive attributes. When you bring all these together, something powerful happens. You create internal boundaries. You begin to say with confidence, this is what I believe, and this is why I believe it. That inner alignment gives you a foundation of confidence because your values and beliefs are no longer at war with each other. The second level goes deeper. It's about the negative beliefs you hold about yourself, usually rooted in childhood. Maybe you grew up with parents who couldn't give you what you needed or passed on their own unresolved pain. Those messages, spoken or unspoken, get lodged in your psyche as negative core beliefs. I'm not enough. I don't matter. I'll never succeed. The trouble is these beliefs often sit beneath the surface, running the show without us realizing it. Now, one way to bring them into awareness is by, for example, exploring emotional triggers. There are many, but this is one. Say you find yourself overreacting to a criticism at work. Instead of judging that response, we unpack it. We ask, what old message is being touched here? Maybe it's the voice of a parent who only noticed your mistakes. Once those early messages are brought into the light, you can begin to challenge them, reframe them, and ultimately release their grip. Because what's unconscious cannot be changed, but once you understand it and see it, you can change it. And then comes the third stage, maintenance and integration. This is where the insights you've gained get woven into your everyday life. It's about nurturing yourself in ways you may never have experienced as a child. For some, that means learning self-compassion or setting boundaries that protect your energy. For others, it's about daily practices of self-reflection, journaling, or mindfulness that keep you grounded. The key is this, nurturing is not a one-time event. For those who carry deep childhood wounds, it becomes a lifelong process. The frequency may lessen as healing grows, but the practice remains. And that's not a weakness, that's wisdom. Because tending to yourself daily ensures that you continue to live from your authentic identity, not from old scripts or stories or borrowed voices. So if you've been chasing contentment in the outside world through control, through achievement, or through distraction, maybe the answer isn't out there at all. Maybe the answer lies in here, in developing your true identity. Because when you know who you are, when your needs, values, beliefs, and boundaries are in alignment, you don't just survive change, you grow through it. That's where contentment comes from. Not from keeping life the same, but from knowing that whatever changes, you are anchored in yourself. And that's the gift of identity work. The freedom to be you, the clarity of purpose, and the inner strength to face life as it is. If you'd like to discover your sense of self, visit my website, book a free discovery call, and let's see what's possible.